In 2026, the global food landscape has hit a critical tipping point. A landmark study published in February 2026 has officially characterized ultra-processed foods, UPFs, as engineered for addiction, comparing their biological impact to that of cigarettes. The metabolic crisis of 2026 is no longer just about calories. It is about the industrial footprint of additives that disrupt our hormones and gut health. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Here are the top 9 foods making you fat and sick in 2026. 1. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS. The verdict: in 2026, HFCS remains the primary driver of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NEFLD. Unlike glucose, which every cell can use, fructose is processed almost exclusively by the liver. When consumed in liquid form, as in sodas and healthy juice blends, it triggers a fat switch that converts sugar into visceral fat faster than any other carbohydrate. 2026 audits show that HFCS is now hidden in nearly 75% of packaged goods, from bread to salad dressings, creating a constant state of hyperinsulinemia that prevents your body from ever accessing stored body fat for fuel. 2. Engineered seed oils, soybean and canola. The verdict: these oils are the silent inflammation of 2026. Processed with high heat and chemical solvents like hexane, they are rich in omega-6 linoleic acid. When these fats integrate into your cell membranes, they make the cells highly susceptible to oxidative stress. In 2026, researchers have linked the high consumption of these unstable fats to a breakdown in the blood-brain barrier and chronic systemic inflammation. Because they are the baseline fat for almost all fast food and processed snacks, most Americans are walking around with a cellular toxic load that slows metabolism to a crawl. 3. Ultra-processed diet sodas. The verdict: the 2026 Harvard-Michigan study has effectively ended the zero-calorie health myth. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose are now recognized as powerful gut microbiome disruptors. By killing off beneficial bacteria and promoting the growth of obesogenic microbes, these chemicals actually increase cravings and glucose intolerance. The brain receives a signal of sweetness without the expected calories, leading to a metabolic mismatch that triggers intense hunger later in the day. In 2026, diet soda drinkers are found to have larger waist circumferences than those who avoid them entirely. 4. Nitrate processed meats. The verdict: deli meats, bacon, and sausages were officially classified as Tier 1 carcinogens by global health bodies in late 2025. In 2026, the focus has shifted to how these meats are cured with nitrates and nitrites. When cooked at high temperatures, these convert into nitrosamines, which damage the gut lining and trigger chronic inflammation. Beyond the cancer risk, the high sodium and preservative content causes significant water retention and hypertension, making processed meat bloat a common 2026 medical complaint for the middle class. 5. Industrial white flour products. The verdict: in 2026, white flour is treated as powdered sugar. Stripped of all fiber and bran, it has a glycemic index, GI, higher than actual table sugar in some instances. This causes a massive insulin spike that immediately halts fat burning. Furthermore, modern wheat in 2026 is often treated with high levels of glyphosate just before harvest, a practice that has been linked to increased intestinal permeability or leaky gut. This allows toxins to enter the bloodstream, triggering an immune response that manifests as brain fog and stubborn weight gain. 6. Commercial healthy granola bars. The verdict: these are the ultimate health wash of 2026. Most granola and protein bars are essentially candy bars in disguise, packed with isomalto oligosaccharides, IMOs, and brown rice syrup. While marketed as high fiber, the fiber used is often synthetic and does not provide the same satiety or prebiotic benefits as whole food fiber. These bars cause the same insulin surge as a Snickers, leading to a crash and crave cycle that keeps you reaching for snacks every 2 hours, effectively sabotaging any weight loss efforts. 7. Emulsifier-heavy non-dairy milks. The verdict: while the shift away from dairy continues in 2026, many commercial nut milks are now flagged for their high use of emulsifiers like carrageenan, polysorbate 80, and carboxymethylcellulose. 2026 lab reports show these agents detergentize the gut lining, eroding the protective mucus layer and allowing bacteria to trigger low-grade systemic inflammation. This inflammation is a primary driver of leptin resistance, a condition where your brain can no longer hear the signal that you are full, leading to chronic overeating and metabolic dysfunction. 8. Frozen keto and paleo-ready meals. The verdict: the health label trap is at its peak in 2026. These meals often replace sugar with high amounts of refined saturated fats and thickeners to maintain texture during freezing. While they may be low-carb on paper, they are ultra-processed foods, UPFs, that lack the micronutrients found in fresh food. The lack of food structure, the natural fiber matrix of plants, means these meals are digested too quickly, failing to trigger the stretch receptors in the stomach that signal satiety, leaving you metabolically fed but biologically starving. Image comparing the cellular structure of a whole vegetable versus an ultra-processed mesh used in ready meals. 9. Store-bought zero-sugar salad dressings. The verdict: these dressings are a 2026 chemical minefield. To remove sugar and fat while maintaining taste, manufacturers use a cocktail of modified food starch, artificial flavors, and sodium. By dousing your healthy greens in these processed chemicals, you are neutralizing the benefits of the vegetables. The high sodium levels, often 300 mg plus per serving, lead to immediate cellular dehydration and bloating. In 2026, the healthiest diet choice is often ruined by these dressings, which introduce more inflammation-inducing chemicals than a standard fast food burger. The lesson of 2026 is that processing is the poison. As we have seen with this cigarette-style UPF warnings, the modern food industry has mastered the art of creating pseudo-foods that bypass our natural satiety signals. Whether it is the liver-taxing HFCS or the gut-eroding emulsifiers, these 9 foods are designed for shelf life and corporate profit, not human longevity. Protecting your health requires a return to whole food integrity. By choosing foods that have only one ingredient, like an apple, an egg, or a piece of wild salmon, you remove the chemical noise that is making you fat and sick. Your body is a biological machine. It requires biological fuel, not industrial output. In 2026, the cumulative findings across these diverse investigations, from the heavy metals in your Lindt chocolate and Redmond salt to the nanoplastics in your bottled water and the endocrine-disrupting emulsifiers in your favorite health foods, reveal a singular, sobering truth. The modern consumer landscape is a minefield where industrial efficiency has systematically replaced biological and social safety. We have reached a critical juncture where the toxic load from everyday items is no longer a fringe concern, but a primary driver of chronic health issues and systemic anxiety. Whether it is the 240,000 plastic particles found in a single liter of water or the stagnation trap of a city where crime outpaces the cost of living, the common thread is a lack of transparency from the institutions we traditionally trust. However, this knowledge is not meant to inspire paralysis, but to catalyze a radical shift in personal agency. The marketplace in 2026 is finally providing the tools: third-party lab testing, QR code traceability, and independent safety audits to help us opt out of these compromised systems. By choosing Thorne Collagen, glass-bottled spring water, and verified whole foods, you are casting a vote for a future where purity is the standard, not the exception. Your health and peace of mind are the sum of these small, daily decisions. Protecting your biology starts with looking past the branding and demanding a level of integrity that matches the premium prices we pay. In an era of industrial shortcuts, the most revolutionary act you can perform for your family's longevity is to become your own rigorous, informed gatekeeper.